It's a very good early afternoon from the garden here in Sydney, Australia. Today I have my Kindle. I'm going to read some Edgar Allan Poe. I have to admit, I got off to a bit of a slow start this morning, and I did an earlier video which I'm not going to post up because there's no point to it. Listless, lifeless. I was reading it as if I didn't care what anyone thought. And you'd be right. But I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you enjoy it. I love the rhyming bits. I think Edgar Allan Poe, I've read a little bit of his stuff, and I think the rhymes and the way he structures everything is really clever. And let's give it a go. This one's called a Paean, and Paean is spelled P-A-E-A-N. Because this is unprepared, I actually didn't look up what it meant, but I think it means a vision or a panoramic look, or just maybe a scene. So let's try this. This one is called a Paean. As I said before, I told you this was unprepared. Let's jump into it. How shall the burial rite be read? The solemn song be sung, the requiem for the loveliest dead that ever died so young. There's our rhyme. Her friends are gazing on her and on her gaudy bier, and we bow to dishonour dead beauty with a tear. They loved her for her wealth, and they hated her for her pride. But she grew in feeble health, and they love her that she died. They tell me while they speak of her costly broider pall, that my voice is growing weak, that I should not sing at all, or that my tone should be tuned to such solemn song, so mournfully, that the dead may feel no wrong. I could add music to this. I think it would be interesting. Could turn it into a lyric. But she is gone above, with young hope at her side, and I am drunk with love of the dead who is my bride. Of the dead who lies, all perfumed there, with death upon her eyes, and a life upon her hair. Thus on the coffin loud and long I strike the murmur sent. Through the grey chambers to my song shall be the accompaniment. Thou diedst in thy life's June. Thou diedst in thy life's June. But thou didst not die too fair. Thou didst not die too soon, nor with too calm an air. From more than fiends on earth, thy life and loves are riven to join the untainted mirth of more than thrones in heaven. Therefore to thee this night I will no requiem raise, but waft thee on thy flight with a Paean of old days. Well, that was intimate and sad, and there's something ironic in there somewhere, but I just love the rhythm of it. And as I said, there's something lyrical about the way he writes. Well, coffee. Alone by Edgar Allan Poe. From childhood hour I have not been as others were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken. My sorrow I could not awaken. My heart to joy at the same tone, and all I loved alone. And then in my childhood in the dawn of a most stormy life was drawn From every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still, from the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rolled in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm, and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view. There's some poetry. The poetry I enjoy the most is the one where I'm listening to the rhythm of it and the beat of it, and I'm enjoying the way the words rhyme far more than I'm enjoying the actual meaning of the poem, if you know what I mean. So I think poetry has different levels of enjoyment, and when you read it out loud, for me, when it has this sort of lyrical quality to it, I get a lot more out of it, and I don't think so much about what it means. I'm sure there's a lot to it that can be dissected, but for me, it's not so much the pleasure. The pleasure I get is when I read a line and it rhymes perfectly, the line below, and that makes me laugh, just like yodeling makes me laugh. Yes, yodeling. Bridal ballad. Edgar Allan Poe, again, here we go. More of this lyrical quality. The ring is on my hand, and the wreath is on my brow. Satin and jewels grand are all at my command, and I am happy now. Now, what you're going to see in this poem is that every verse ends with the word now, and there's a rhythm that develops from that. So I'll begin again, and there'll be a now at the end of every verse. The ring is on my hand, and the wreath is on my brow. Satin and jewels grand are all at my command, and I am happy now. And my Lord, he loves me well, for when first he breathed his vow, I felt my bosom swell, for the words rang as a knell, and a voice seemed his who fell in the battle down the dell, and who is happy now. But he spoke to reassure me, and he kissed my pallid brow, while a reverie came over me, and to the churchyard bore me, and I sighed to him before me, thinking him dead to allure me. Oh, I am happy now. Dead allure me is a name. D apostrophe allure me. I've no idea who that is, but okay. And thus the words were spoken, and this supplighted vow, and though my faith be broken, and though my heart be broken, here is a ring as token that I am happy now. Would God I could awaken, for I dream I know not how. And my soul is surely shaken, lest an evil step be taken, lest a dead who is forsaken may not be happy now. That's it. So this is a very interesting pattern. The second line of every verse rhymes with now. So we have brow, vow, brow again, vow, and how at the last verse. It rhymes. Interesting. I was going to read Dreamland. I don't think I'll read Dreamland. I don't think I'm going to read Dreams because I tried it before, and it'll send you to the land of dreams, I guarantee you. It's not one that I can read easily. And who wants to work hard? I mean, honestly. Do you want to work hard? No. I know you don't. That's why you're watching this. Did I just call you all lazy? Have I just insulted my audience? No, not at all. It's just an acknowledgement that life is here to be lived, and if it's difficult, well, we should do difficult things when they are worth it. El Dorado. Gaily bedtight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long, singing a song in search of El Dorado. Oh, this is lyrical, yes. But he grew old, this knight so bold, and over his heart a shadow fell as he found no spot of ground that looked like El Dorado. And as his strength failed him at length, he met a pilgrim shadow. Shadow, said he, where can it be, this land of El Dorado? Over the mountains, over the moon, down the valley of the shadow. Ride, boldly ride, the shade replied, if you seek for El Dorado. Okay. I have perpetrated a little fraud. I read this one before. So, kind of unprepared, kind of prepared, badly prepared, you could say. So it should be Bob badly prepared, not Bob unprepared. But I love this one. I love this poem. I think it's, again, it has this lyrical quality to it. And I could, if you have a musical ability, I think you could probably put a tune to this. Over the mountains of the moon, down the valley of the shadow, ride, boldly ride, the shade replied. If you seek for El Dorado, El Dorado, El Dorado. Well, let's not go there. Let me not do that again. If I do that again, you can spank me. All right. Any more poems here that we can do from Mr. I don't know where to go with this. I think I'll read one more, if you can put up with me. And if you're still here listening and watching, then you're a very patient person. I respect you. I think you have the ability to pay attention. Very good. The divine right of kings. The only king by the right divine is Ellen King, and were she mine, I'd strive for liberty no more, but hug the glorious chains I wore. Her bosom is an ivory throne, where tyrant virtue reigns alone. No subject vice dare interfere to check the power that governs here. Oh, would she reign? Oh, I misread that. Oh, would she deign to rule my fate? I'd worship kings and kingly state, and hold this maxim all life long. The king, my king, can do no wrong. Did he mean this to be ironic? Let's go over it. The only king by right divine is Ellen King, and were she mine, I strive for liberty no more, but hug the glorious chains I wore. Is this a crush, perhaps? And the poem ends with a line, the king, my king, can do no wrong. Oh dear, he is in love, or this is ironic or sarcastic. I get that too a little bit confused, and sometimes they're one and the same, let's face it. Her bosom is an ivory throne, where tyrant virtue reigns alone. No subject vice dare interfere to check the power that governs here. I sense a little bit of irony, considering the title of a poem is The Divine Right of Kings. Well, I think that will just about do it. Ending on a note of irony is a good thing, I suspect. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time, I hope.